Hey Dreamers, I'm Bryce from Midnight Notion, singer, songwriter, musician, and big fan of Metallica, but I have no idea what my favorite Metallica song is. So, do you think it could be The Unforgiven? Let's use math to find out. Cue the intro.
So give it to me now!
For the best Metallica song! The Unforgiven, track number 4 from the Black Album, and a sweet, near and dear song to all of our hearts. The first of a trilogy. I feel like it's special when it comes out live. They don't really play it that often anymore. So the fact that I've heard it live has been really cool. I've heard 2 of the songs from this trilogy. I'll let you guess which song they haven't played from the trilogy that I've seen. I mean, I know they've played it live, but not when I was present. Anyway, I'm going to blah, blah, blah my way from the song, and then we're going to grade it using the following categories: lyrics, instrumentation, composition, memorability, and emotional response. Each point system is 0 to 4, each category, and the grand total points is 20 possible. We'll see at the end whether or not it has enough points to make it to the top 10. Before we continue, I want you to hit that subscribe button because I'm looking for 1,000 subscribers. I want you to check out Midnight Notion's music on Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you get your music online. And of course, if you're watching this live on Thursday, it is Give to the Max Day here in Minnesota, and there's a theater company that really means a lot to me. It's an organization that does long-form improv and has really woken me up as a performer. It's made me better as a human, and it makes a lot of other people better too. They are currently closed due to the COVID crisis, and they could really, really, really use your help. So I'm donating to them. They're currently doing 28 hours straight of improv online on YouTube. So you can check out hugetheater.com for information, and you could donate at hugeimprovathon.com. The link will be in the description. It's also on the screen somewhere in this area. So give whatever you can. Please help this theater stay afloat. We'd love to see them come back whenever this crisis ends. Bigger, better, stronger than ever, and making smiles go on all the faces. If you've been a fan of this channel for a long time, you know that I'm really into improv. I've talked about it on the podcast, and it has really impacted the ability of myself and my band to play live. So please give whatever you can. Let's listen to The Unforgiven. There is a running joke in the Metallica community that no one knows where this horn comes from, that it's some secret, like, where did it come from? I don't know. I think it might be reversed or something. I'm not sure. But you can actually hear a snare roll along with the horn. Listen one more time to the horn and the snares. And then crack. Beautiful. There's some nice, like, distant drums, right? You can hear the tra-ta-ta. Is that Lars, though? Is he playing those? Because I know he doesn't know his rudiments, and he's not a very good, like, marching band type player. So I don't know if that's, I'll give him credit. I think he could have probably done that. But I'm just curious if maybe they hired out. There's a lot of really unique things. There's some tubular bells, gong, or maybe they're the hand bells. I don't know, but there's some sort of bell, gong, and there's also some like distant, but it's all kind of way in the background. It's not something they would play live. It's just filling out the sound. Really cool though. Yeah, little you can hear the little finger clappy guys, whatever those are called. Here we go. Because if there's anything a like soft song with an acoustic intro needs, it's loud, thunderous toms. I do appreciate, though, that this song is reverse of what we would typically expect. A lot of songs with a clean part like this, they would have a clean verse and a big, heavy chorus. One, I'm looking at you. fade to black. I'm looking at you, right? But this song inverts the formula. They have this heavy, heavy verse and this cooled down chorus. And I appreciate that switch. So even though it falls into a similar formula of all their songs, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, right? The same sort of lineup of order of events, but it changes it by inverting heavy and clean. I don't know. I appreciate it. That's on a slow tempo too. What's the count here? Is it 1 and 2 and 3 and 4? Or is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4? What tempo would you set this at? I don't have an answer. I can hear right here the strings in the background. They're not real strings. I think they're keyboards. They could be. I don't know. I think they're keyboards. I think they're all synthy. But I know that Michael Kamen came in to do a score underneath, and you could very lightly hear some of those. There's a brilliant clip of him in the studio, or at least in his studio, talking about arranging the backing parts for this song. And I know there is an elevator version, which is just acoustic guitar, James's vocals, and then all the orchestration that Michael Kamen wrote. And that is sort of the start of the beginning of why they played S&M the first time. They had that interaction with him in the studio, and they're like, yeah, let's do a thing with a symphony orchestra, sure. But I think it's really cool. You can hear this stuff, but I really like that shot of him in his studio or next to a piano somewhere where he's talking about how boring it is for strings to just play the root notes, to just doo, doo, doo. That's really boring. So you have to mix it up with a doo, 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 doo. You know, you have to give him something interesting to play on top of just those root notes. And I appreciate that mindset, and I appreciate that this song actually gradually builds. Maybe it was him. Maybe he did all the snare sounds and all those extra in the intro. I don't know.
Shine, doing what I've shown. Never be, never see. Won't see what might have been. What I felt, what I've known. Never shine, doing what I've shown. Never free, never made. So I dub the unforgiven.
I promised that I would blah, blah my way through the song, and I'm just enjoying it that much. Maybe you enjoy that I just let it play a little bit longer. I do want to talk about this verse riff. James is actually playing what he's singing, or something close to what he's singing. Do 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 do. He's playing that while Kirk is playing do 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 do. Boo doo 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 doo. So they have the thickness of the low end, and they probably doubled or tripled or quadrupled the guitars to make it sound really thick on both sides with the low end. And then the lead part is probably only 1 or 2 guitars at most. And I just think that's neat to play what you're singing. Maybe that helps him hit the notes better. I don't know if that's the reason for it, but I think it sounds nice.
This fight he cannot win. A tired man, they see no longer care.
sing it.
What I've known, never shine doing what I've shown. Never be, never see, won't see what might have been. What I felt, what I've known, never shine doing what I've shown. Never free, never me. So I dub the unforgiven.
What follows is possibly one of the greatest solos in their entire discography, and I don't think I can allow myself to interrupt it at all. So I'm going to talk in advance about what we're getting, and you're going to have to just listen for it. We have this nice little classical guitar intro. Really cool. Big fill. We go into the big solo, right? There's one thing I want you to listen to, and that's in the rhythm guitar. I'm going to see if, you know what? It's time to pull out the guitar. Normally during the verses we have... The second time through in the solo, we're going to get this fun little lick here. There's that little... Ooh, that sounds out of tune, but... It's only one time through. It only happens during the solo, but it's a cool little add in there. Anyway, we have that little and then we build and build and build, and then we come back to the chorus. We don't have another verse this time. We go back to the chorus, and then the big old jam for the outro. Let's take a listen. I lied, it's not an acoustic guitar. That's clean. Here we go. Listen for the fill. Right? I mean, come on. What a freaking solo. That's a solo. I know from watching A Year and a Half in the Life of, or whatever the DVD is called, that they really struggled. Kirk tried so hard to write a good solo, and he kept writing really terrible solos. And there's a shot of, I think it's Lars and Bob Rock just going, it's not the one. But this one absolutely is. This is the only solo you can play over the song. I don't want to hear any of you guitarists out there improvising over that riff. That is the solo. It's the only way. It's so good. The way it comes down in the beginning, and then that bluesy I don't know how to describe it. It comes down, but I like when he ends on like the run. It's kind of like the wrong note a little bit there. And then he goes just climbs steady, and then just climbing up the neck of the guitar. Just, I mean, right? You love it. You love it. Come on. I love it. So good. Sing it, everybody.
Never see, won't see what might have been. What I felt, what I've known, never shine doing what I've shown. Never free, never me.
I can't turn my light
So I
off.
dug the unforgiven.
Okay, this is really cool. You can hear that now where the acoustic guitar might have been more picked. Now they're strumming out, and you can hear the high end, you can hear the pick scrape of the acoustic guitar. I'm going to back it up. You can hear as soon as they come in, it's like they've been pulled up louder in the mix. Just for the outro.
So I don't be unforgiven.
Something different each time. Never afraid, never may, never may. Level me, level you, level me, level you. He's like changing his voice every time he comes through this and building up. And then once we get to the peak, then the volume starts coming down and we have earned our fade out. I'm telling you, this is a very well earned fade out. This song feels like it could just kind of sit in this like sort of Hey Jude area for just forever. I could just do it. You can hear that last one, never free. He's really getting the Hetfield in there. Yeah, never me. He's like, I've been singing normal this whole song. Can I get one little bit of grit in here? Yeah, 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 yeah. Let's get to the points. Whoosh. Lyrics. What is this song about? It's about Richard Harris and Gene Hackman and Clint Eastwood trying to collect a bounty. Wrong. It's about an outcast from society who's, kind of grew up in this kind of sheltered life, and no one really, they kind of just controlled his life, told him where he could go. It sounds a lot like it could be the story of James's early life, his early years, his upbringing. We talked a little bit about his mom and his dad leaving, and his mom, not being maybe the best role model for him. So maybe it's him speaking out to his own experiences. You hear in the end of the song, the twist is that the old man here is me. So it's me telling the story to you about how this young man grew up to become bitter and angry at the world because he wasn't allowed to be who he is. And he was told to do everything, and they controlled his life, and he made a vow it's not going to happen ever again. And he became the Unforgiven, I guess. Really interesting story. I think it's cool to have a little twist on the end to find out that it's not a story about another person, but it's me. It was me all along. Kind of like Sad But True. It had that little twist on the end. I like that. I appreciate that. These words are really... I don't know. I like this subject a lot. I think that it's an interesting subject. That sort of outcast from society, or being kind of rejected from the people, or being outside of the norm. That's a subject I've tackled in my own music. You can listen to The Lone Wolf wherever you get your music. That's a song that I wrote about being pushed out of society and not maybe feeling like you fit in. I think it's a really cool subject. I mean, it's not a happy subject, but I think that the words really depict it properly, and I like them. I like the way they flow. I like the way they build, and they tell a story. Nothing really repeats too much. Nothing feels out of place. I think it's a really good, well-written song. Lyrically, it's a 4. Instrumentation. I wanted to knock this a little bit because Lars, calm down. It'd be nice to get some side stick in there. When you're playing a nice cool laid back riff and you got acoustic guitars, right? Be nice to get some side stick in there. Why aren't you playing? Like, calm down. Boom, cat. It's like just nailing the drums on this soft song. But at the same time, I don't know, they're all playing well. No one's really stealing the spotlight except for that solo. Holy crap. Can we talk about the solo? It's amazing. And obviously the score in the background, I'm pretty sure, I actually didn't verify, but I'm pretty sure it's Michael Kamen. Wonderful. You could barely hear it at all, but it's there and it really adds some depth to the song. Those little ta-ta-ta in the beginning, the little gong, the horn, whatever that's about, wherever it came from. I think there's some really cool instrumentation in this song. So you know what? I'm just going to go for it. We're going to give this one a 4. Composition. I really love how this song just subverts your expectations. Instead of clean in the verse and heavy in the chorus, it's heavy in the verse and clean in the chorus. That's really cool. There's some really singable moments. There's some extra layers in there. There's a lot of really cool, like the change up in the verse that I showed you during the chorus, how they add that little lick in there. It's just a tiny little change, but it adds so much. The solo just sings. The drums are cool, I guess. The bass is there. Finally, they're allowing Jason to be part of the band. So I don't know. I think this is a very beautiful song. I can't really knock this composition. I could say it falls into the verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. But then it has a nice fade out. It has a nice jam to it. It feels nice. It doesn't feel same old, same old. It does stand out. It is something new. Even though that structure is similar on paper, the sound of it is unique to their whole discography so far. So I'm going to give this one, compositionally, that's a 4. Memorability. If I give this one anything less than a 4, you're all going to murder me. And I don't want to get murdered. So The Unforgiven, that's 2 words, very memorable. Song, catchy. That solo, really beautiful. The riffs, really memorable. I think this one stands out above the crowd. This one, memorability, it's a 4. Emotional response. This is where all the fans are going to at me. I don't need a song either. I like it. I do like it. It's positive for me, but I don't really need it. I think that they've got plenty of better songs. Whoopsie. There go the comments. If you disagree, hit the thumbs down button twice. Make sure you do it twice. It doesn't count if you only hit it once. But I don't know. It's just, it's not an essential piece for me. And so that's why I can't really give it a full perfect score. So I know you're all mad, but this one for me, emotional response, gets a 3. But with all that said, we got a grand total of 19 points, and you know what's on the board. Second place. Just narrowly beat out Master of Puppets. I go first by composition score, memorability, emotional response, instrumentation, and then lyrics. That's my order of operations. And Unforgiven just beat out Master of Puppets. So second place. I don't know how I feel about that. I love the song. It is a very catchy song, but I think my concern is that there are so many songs that I love in their catalog that we haven't yet got to, and I'm just afraid for what this list is going to look like. You're all going to help. You're going to have to help me. We have to do something with ties because there are ties coming. We haven't seen a tie yet, but they're coming. I just feel it. That said, this top 10 list, we no longer have Sad But True on there. Damage Inc. is now on the chopping block, so stay tuned to see if that stays. And wow, just wow. So now it's your turn. In the comments below, using my using my scoring method, what score would you give this song? And make sure that you check out Midnight Notion wherever you get your music, on Spotify, iTunes, wherever. It's on Bandcamp. It's here on YouTube. Listen to my songs and let me know what you think. Maybe check out The Lone Wolf and see how it compares to The Unforgiven, even though it's a completely different kind of song. And of course, hit that smash the subscribe button so that you can be here tomorrow as we go through Wherever I May Roam. Thanks for watching.